Hi students, this video is to just introduce you to the Essay 3 assignment, which you're going to be working on this week. So in this week's module, you're going to go here, read the written assignment. You've already gone there because you clicked on this video. Read the written assignment and rubric for Essay 3, watch the video introduction to it. And let's look at the assignment together. So for Essay 3, you're going to be discussing several works together. And you're going to write on one of the following topics. If you would like to create your own paper topic, you can, but you need to talk about it with me ahead of time. Otherwise, these are the two topics you can choose from. Analyze the different ways sex and sexual acts are portrayed in any 3 poems we've read, such as The Expensive Spirit in a Waste of Shame, I Would Like to Go Back as I Am Now to You as You Were Then, or To His Coy Mistress. How does the speaker's view of sex in each poem differ from that of the other speakers? It's possible there might be a poem from What the Living Do that deals with sex and you might want to write about. Those were just the 3 poems I thought about. I do think 3 is kind of a good number to discuss in an essay, but if you only want to discuss 2 or you want to discuss 4, you can do that too. The other topic is analyze the effect contemplating and/or confronting death has on the speakers or narrators or the characters in any 3 or more of the following works. To His Coy Mistress, Shall I Compare Thee to a Summer's Day, The Man in a Case, and any 1 poem in What the Living Do. I just realized I didn't include in that list. Death Be Not Proud would also be a great poem to discuss on that topic. So I don't know why I didn't list it, but you can consider writing about it too. Your paper should include an introductory paragraph of at least 4 or 5 sentences that introduces the book and/or poems you're writing about and gives the titles and authors of each. Remember that book titles should be italicized and poem titles should be in quotation marks. Short story titles should also be in quotation marks. The last line of the introduction should be the thesis statement in which you directly respond to one of the prompts above. So one really common error people make in writing Essay 3 is they write a thesis statement that's too general, like the view of sex in the speakers in these 3 poems have very different views of sex, which is kind of a thesis, but it's not that strong because it's very general. So it may be easier for this essay if you write the body of the essay first. And then when you've gotten clear about how the speakers, the works view sex or death differently, be more specific in your thesis. While the speaker in Death Be Not Proud believes death is X, the speaker in The Man in a Case, or I'm trying to remember what other poems I mentioned, Shall I Compare Thee to a Summer's Day, see it as Y. Or you could say both the speaker in Shall I Compare Thee to a Summer's Day and Death Be Not Proud view death as X, but the speaker in To His Coy Mistress sees it as W. So try to be very specific in the claim you make in your thesis. And keep in mind, I am always happy to look at rough drafts or drafts of thesis statements during my office hours or one-on-one by appointment outside of my office hours. So if you don't know what I mean, come see me. Distinct supporting sections with clear topic sentences that identify how that particular section will support your thesis. Use details and examples, including at least 2 quotations from the works you are writing about to illustrate your points. If you are quoting from several different works for this essay, which you will be, your parenthetical citations need to identify the author as well as the page or line number. For example, after quoting from To His Coy Mistress, your parenthetical citation should look something like this. And I gave you some examples there. And I gave you an example for The Man in the Case. A concluding paragraph. So remember that a concluding paragraph can be the so what portion of your essay. So if you write about 3 different views of sex in these works, why does it matter? Why is it good for us, or is it good for us to have poets and short story writers from different points in history sharing their experience of sex or their views of sex, or creating characters like in To His Coy Mistress? This guy is sort of a character created by Marvel. What is Marvel trying to show us about that guy and about how sex is viewed by some people? What is the value of kind of having the juxtaposition of these different points of view about sex or death, which are such kind of fundamental parts of the human experience? So you might think about that for your conclusion. Don't forget, I don't know why it's not coming up here. You should, oh, there it is. Don't forget, first of all, the free write is due on Wednesday, May 5th. A rough draft is due on Sunday, May 9th. The final draft is due on Wednesday, May 12th. And then don't forget to use the rubric as a checklist. When you don't, I find it sort of comforting when I have an assignment for school or something that says you need to do X, Y, and Z. Think of this as your to-do list. Like when you don't know where to start the essay, just start by saying, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. If you do all those things, you're going to do okay on the essay. A lot of you are still missing points or losing points for things that are, written out on the rubric, like, do you have a title? Did you include quotations? So I cannot emphasize enough how often in college, just following the directions, how far that gets you. And I'll push you on other things like developing your ideas and things like that too. But if you just start with MLA format, having a thesis, having an original title, all that stuff, you're going to do pretty well. So keep that in mind. As always, please consider coming to my office hours and showing me your rough draft so I can help you make it better before you turn in the final draft. And if you have any questions or concerns, email me, message me on Pronto, come see me. I'm here to help. Okay. Now I have to find out how to turn off the recording. There it is.